Okay, hopefully people are able to come here because, long story short, the scheduled live stream, I'm having technical difficulties and I'm streaming off of data, so I hope that people are able to come here because the other stream, I just can't get it to start. Hi! So if you're just coming in, the other stream wasn't working. That's why I'm a little late because I had it scheduled, right? But my laptop and my Wi-Fi, it's like having issues connecting with each other. So I just moved to my phone. But hi guys! Oh, it's been so long. The last time I went live, it was for the London special, which was like a year ago. But I'm like, I really want to bring streams back, especially since it's the hiatus right now. Like, we can just chat about whatever, right? Hi everyone, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Just chilling, honestly. It's summer, but it's like really hot outside, so. What do I think for the Lady Chaos episode? We'll get into all of the theories and discussing episodes that haven't come out yet in just a minute. But thanks to everyone who's joining. It's been so long. I'm so happy to be doing a live stream again. Happy Miraculous Day! If you guys didn't know, today, well, for the last couple of years, or maybe more than a couple, we always celebrated Miraculous Day on August 8th, which, you know, is when Gloob would share their big spoilers with us. Like, I remember. Also, I hope that you guys can hear me okay, because I am using this microphone here, but I think you can. For the last few years, Gloob would share things on August 8th. Like, I remember the Gabriel Agreste episode in season 4. What a big deal that was. And I think they showed us maybe like a script or something, like a little summary. But yeah, so this year, they're not going to be sharing anything from what I've heard, what I've seen, which is a little sad because I think we all know that despite Gloob often spoiling things way too much, they really do come in and save the day when we're in hiatuses, so we're just like, we just gotta wait it out again. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to read the comments, but it's like super small. It's so good to see everyone though. And I'm curious, what have you guys been watching in the meantime? I mean, it's been a little dry. The Winx, not Winx, Wednesday season 2 just came out, so that's been a fun watch for me. New episodes are expected to be coming out this fall. So they did not tell us like October 2nd or September 28th. Like, we have no exact date, but they did say that we could look forward to new episodes in autumn, which is fall. I'm gonna have to hope though that we get a new episode by September, because speaking about Miraculous Day, now it seems like they're celebrating it in September instead of August like we've been doing the last few years. So I have a feeling that we're gonna have to at least get one episode by September. Let's hope, because I think the last episode that we got was in January, February, March, April, May, maybe? It was Revelator, right? Or no, it was The Ruler. It was The Ruler. But yeah, this hiatus is honestly really expected because, I mean, unexpected, because they were on a roll with episodes. So I'm just like, what happened? K-pop Demon Hunters? Y'all already know I love that movie. I watch Miraculous on Disney Plus right now, but I also watch it on YouTube because the official channel is slowly but surely putting out full episodes, and they're like in great quality. So I definitely recommend that if you don't have access to Disney Plus, Netflix, or what other, you know, streaming services you use or channels, that you check out the official channel here on YouTube. You know, that's what I worry about too with these hiatuses, because they're so far out and stretched out during the year. Like, we get, you know, six to 8 episodes at once within like 3-4 months, and then here we are. And how long has it been? Like, let's say May was the last time we got an episode. May, June, July, August. It's already been 4 months since the last episode. So yeah. And that's why I'm sure some of you saw that video that I shared, like what happened to the hype for season 6. And there's a bunch of different factors, obviously, that contribute to the dips and the rises with Miraculous popularity, but it's just these hiatuses are killer. What music do I listen to? Honestly, I'm like very sporadic with my music taste and when I listen to music. I really enjoy Joe, DJO. Love his music. I listen to all of his music. Obviously, I love all the K-pop Demon Hunter songs, like so good. And I am not like a K-pop stan by any means, but Cat's Eye, ooh, I love it. Love it. Yes, and that's another thing with, how long it's taking for episodes to come out. Obviously, the animation this season is like on a whole other level in terms of the quality. And I just remember when we were first getting to see teases of it and how honestly disappointed I was, because I was like, what is this? Like, why does Cat Noir look like that? Why does Rena Rouge look like that? And even Ladybug, I felt like at first she almost looked like she was coming out of a video game from like the earlier stuff that we were seeing, but it's come so far. And that's something else to keep in mind, is that we see a lot of unfinished stuff for Miraculous, like even at San Diego Comic-Con. What we saw is still unfinished. So definitely got to be more patient with like me personally with my opinions, but I really do try to be positive and like understanding that good things take time. So why is the animation like that? Well, from my understanding, they were previously using Maya. Like that's what the program was called, or whatever they were using for all of the like files for Miraculous and the character renderings and stuff like that. So, or the character models. And so I think Thomas was saying that it became outdated. So I feel like that's why they had to switch. But at the same time, I think also, and I would hope that they noticed like the show is popular. We've got to give the show like what it deserves, which was better animation, better quality. And don't get me wrong, I loved the previous style. Like that's the OG style, But I do think that it was time for them to switch it up, because if you look at season 1, right? Season 1 was fully done by SAMG. And then season 2, season 3 was kind of divided, SAMG, and then we had, I don't remember what the other studio was called. I don't remember, but anyways, we had like multiple studios animating episodes, and you could tell because you'd go from like an episode like Feast to an episode like, I don't know, Glaciator was a good episode, but like there's a difference in the animation quality, and if you're being picky, you can tell. So, and then when season 4 and 5 were happening, I just felt like, why is the animation getting stiffer, like less detailed? So Chilin, oh my gosh, that episode, honestly, you guys, I watched that episode when it came out, I think in Portuguese, and I never watched it in English. Only recently did I watch it in English because I was just so heartbroken with how it looked, because it just looked so flat. So, hello, Dilsheen. Hi, Nico. So, yeah, I really like that they changed the animation. Hello, MLB Chatnua. What are your thoughts on the 2D animation for the Tokyo special, I think you said? Yes. So, I only recently did I actually realize what was happening with this Tokyo special. So if you guys don't already know, we're actually getting a special by the end of this year. So at least if we don't end up getting more episodes from season 6, we can hopefully expect to get a special, which is going to be the Tokyo special starring Kagami and Marinette. And we got to see a little tease of it from SDCC. And it seems like we're going to be meeting an entirely new group of heroes. These new group of heroes, I think, use completely different Miraculouses. They seem, obviously the Miraculouses we're familiar with are from the Chinese Zodiac box, but it seems like these Miraculouses are going to be, what box would that be? I'm not sure, but they're more astrology based. So we have like Cancer, Taurus, Sagittarius. That's the kind of stuff that I'm seeing so far. So please react to El Toro de Piedra episode. I actually did, and don't mind my pronunciation on that. I do apologize. But I have a second channel, which is my reaction channel. I have it linked in the description if you want to check it out. It's called the Maya.B Show Reacts. Yeah. And I post my episode reactions there, and I also post reactions occasionally to like Stranger Things. Yeah, you know, I do hear a lot of people that still do not like the new animation, which is totally understandable. Like, I'll be completely honest, I'm not head over heels for it. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, and ultimately I would have preferred them to switch than remain the same, even though I liked it, because this new animation is just, it is better quality. Even if you don't like the appearance of it, it is still visually cleaner and more vibrant, and like the sunset scenes are so beautiful. Like, I love those kind of moments in Miraculous, so I'm really glad that they're getting the attention to detail that they deserve. But yeah, I do know a lot of people that are just like, I don't like it, and you know, that's okay. That's understandable, because I'll be honest, like, I haven't really rewatched season 6 a lot since it came out. I'll like occasionally watch scenes from the series, but yeah, I don't really like rewatch it. When I think of Miraculous and I want to do like a rewatch, I usually rewatch seasons 1 to 3. Like, those are my favorite seasons. No, I do not think that Miraculous needs 10 seasons. I honestly am not convinced that they are going to go through with like that many seasons, because why? Why? Do we need that many seasons? No. Like, I totally get it. Miraculous is, it's an ever-expanding universe, and obviously, like, if your show is doing great and your franchise is successful, then of course you want to like keep it going. But there comes the point where it becomes quantity over quality, and I don't want to see that happen with Miraculous. There's already been a lot of talks through the fandom that, you know, things have been stretched out more than they should be. And this was also something I've talked about before, like the reveal. I think it was just recently revealed at San Diego Comic-Con that the reveal will be in lockup for another few years, which I think is really weird to share with your fandom, knowing like that's what they're hoping for. Because it's kind of like asking, okay, well, just so you know, you gotta wait another few years, but stick around, right? Go watch the other stuff. So, yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think of like one of my favorite shows, which is Avatar: The Last Airbender, and they had a solid 3 seasons. Then obviously they did a follow-up series with the next Avatar. They could always, you know, pick new Miraculous holders. I don't know, but we'll see what they do. They keep introducing new characters, so. Thank you, Shrey, for your support. What are my thoughts on the Agrest spoilers, or Mr. Agrest episode spoilers? So Mr. Agrest is going to be episode 9, which I think is really funny because they have this thing going now where like episode 9 is always like a Gabriel-centered episode. But obviously Gabriel is not with us anymore, so Instead, they're gonna have a statue of him haunting Adrien. Yes. Again, I've covered all this stuff in like, I think it's my most recent video. So if you want, you can check it out. But I'm pretty excited for the episode. I always am intrigued when we focus more on Adrien and like go into his lore and his feelings. So I'm intrigued for sure. And I do wonder if that's going to be the first episode we see, because they only showed that episode at SDCC. SDCC, yes. What do I think about Lila slash Cerise might show herself in season 6? So I have a feeling that they are not going to even give us a glimpse of her until the end of the season. Which, you know what? I'm completely fine with them doing that because she is such a mysterious, mischievous character. And I feel like with her, because this is how this season has already started, we could definitely get away with that. But what I'm hoping is that by the end of season 6, they not only show us more into her and what she's been up to, but we also get to see members of the secret society. Like, I just want it, like, mic drop, like, show us who is involved, because we already know Mrs. Tsurugi is in it, and then Natalie's father. So, and I think Lila's also in it. There's also been other speculations. Who do you guys think is in it? Some people think like Audrey, Andre, I don't know. So yeah, like I was saying, I think in the finale, that is when we're going to get to see some big Lila Cerise moment happen, instead of her just, always like journaling. But here's another thing. Sebastian, the head writer, did reveal that the beginning of season 7, because I think they're already like halfway done writing it, the beginning of season 7 is going to make us have to go back to season 6 and look at it in a completely different way. And I did speculate about this in my video, and I really think that it's going to be showing us the perspective from Lila slash Cerise's point of view, along with members of the secret society. Maybe even we're going to get to see things of Natalie and her involvement. But you guys, Natalie is a villain. I really thought that she was going to be different this season, that she was going to be like her new and improved version of herself. And then here we are, and she is one of those villains that have been there all along that we just didn't realize was as big of a villain as we thought. I want to also see what Cerise's transformation looks like, because the thing is, since everybody is using the Miraculous, everyone as in Lila and I think the Secret Society, they all look the same, which is really boring, but I know it's a part of the plan. But I've seen so many amazing fan edits of what Chrysalis could look like, and I really want to see what her design is. I mean, Lila has always had super cool akumatization looks. We've seen Volpina. Chameleon wasn't really, like, she takes the form of other people, right? And then Hoaxer, which was just like a different version of Volpina, but I love her looks, and I think she's gonna look super good as Chrysalis. But yeah, that's at least what I'm hoping that we see come the finale, come the beginning of season 7. Because things have actually been really nice so far this season, but they've also been really slow. Like, the only really big things that I can remember is Natalie in Revelator. Was it Revelator? Or was that, no, that was El Toro, that episode. Natalie obviously being a part of the secret society, and that little glimpse of Tomoe, Kagami's mother. She's obviously going to be involved this season as well because she's a part of the secret society. So is the Secret Protocol episode based on the secret society? Is there an episode called Secret Protocol? I'm looking at I have like a list of the episodes that's just on my wall. Oh, yes, that is actually the 25th episode of season 6. Right on. I think it is definitely going to be focusing on the secret society. You love the season so far? That's great. Thank you so much, TBG. Season 4, I do like season 4. I do like this season, and I love the finale. Like, the season 4 finale has got to be my favorite finale out of all the finales. But what makes season 4 so special to me too is the fact that that's when I started posting Miraculous YouTube videos. And like, you know, my channel, like everything just changed because now obviously I'm known for my Miraculous videos. But it was a really fun time for me, and I just feel like the hype during that season was like out of this world. Don't get me wrong, there's still hype for the episodes. I feel like people always tune in, but season 4, it was just like, whoa. Yeah, no, seriously, yeah, that is what happened to my channel. It just like, before I started posting Miraculous videos, I was just posting like random vlogs because it was quarantine, and I'd always loved doing YouTube. Like I always wanted to do YouTube when I was much younger because I watched a lot of gaming and toy channels. Like, I don't know if any of you guys ever watched, it really depends how old you are, but I used to love watching Radio JH Audrey and Chad Allen. Those were like my faves. I loved Cookie Swirl C. So many of those channels. So I was always pretending like I want to be a YouTuber. And so it was really exciting when my channel was blowing up during that time. So season 4 is really special to me because I also connect it with that point in my life. Do I think we'll get any new heroes? Well, we'll definitely be getting new heroes from the specials. That's just to be expected, I think, at this point. But in terms of in the season, I do wonder because we've been seeing a lot of new characters like Sublime. I could totally see her getting a Miraculous, but it makes you wonder, why would she get a Miraculous when everyone else is already a permanent holder of their own? And what opportunity would allow for her to get it? Like, would one of them be down and then Ladybug's like, oh, Sublime? The first thing I think of is Zoe's Miraculous, which is really weird. I think I'm just used to the B Miraculous getting like tossed around to new people. But I don't know, I think she would look super cool with it. And, yeah, I have like so many things that I go off of. But if you saw my latest short here on YouTube, which are like reels, I posted a little video covering the new designs of the Miraculouses, which stay tuned because I'm actually doing like a full-length video covering that stuff. And if you've seen the new Be Miraculous design, it is so pretty. It's not a hair comb anymore. Now it's like a hair sticks. Like you can, you know when people do buns and they like stick something through it, right? It's like that now, and it's beautiful. And I just thought of that one scene when Sublime like takes her hair out, and I think she has hair sticks. And I was like, wow, what if she used the Be Miraculous? Let's see. Do you think the Supreme has helped Cerise in unlocking Alta Akuma, the blue light, and what's the blue light at the end of season 5? So I think it's already been announced that we will learn what the blue light is at the beginning of season 7. Oh, no, sorry. Rewind. Someone said something like, we will learn about it later on in season 6 and in a special that has not yet been finished. So it seems like there's going to be like 2 parts to explaining it. And that's when I think to myself, I'm like, wow, Miraculous is kind of a confusing show. Like, when you tell someone like, yeah, go watch Miraculous, and then it's like, wait. But in between the seasons, you need to watch this special and this special. And then when you watch the first 3 episodes of season 5, make sure that you watch the Paris Reverse special. What's the Paris Reverse? And just watch it. You have to. Then when you finish season 5, watch the London. Then what? Like it gets confusing. But I think it doesn't really matter unless you're like really trying to like see the nitty gritty of like the chronological order and how the events take place. So. Why do I feel like the lightning has something to do with Lady Dragon? A lot of people actually thought that, which for good reason, because we saw, especially in the finale, Lady Dragon using her powers and the lightning, right? So the first thing you probably think of is Lady Dragon. I've talked about this briefly, but I actually feel like the lightning scene had something to do with Natalie returning, which now that I think about it, I'm like, that doesn't really make sense, because that was something I was thinking about before we knew whether Amelie was there or if Emily came back to life. So yeah, I'm really not sure. We know there's a multiverse, so I have no idea. And it seems like Lila is kind of like out of this world. Like, she's not actually meant to be in the timeline, I think, that everyone else is involved in. Because I hear people saying all the time they think she's an adult, and I think that's funny because she totally could be. Like, we know nothing about her. So the reason why they're not releasing episodes in order, especially this season, there's a few reasons from my understanding. One of them being that, sorry, I just saw a comment. I don't need a grand declaration, the Adrien song. Oh gosh. Yeah, so anyways, when it comes to episodes releasing in order, out of order, they're usually always out of order. That's just something that I don't think will ever be stopped when it comes to Miraculous. I think one of the struggles is that there's obviously multiple broadcasters, but like our primary ones are probably Teifu and Gloob and then Disney Channel. So it really depends on who's sharing what episode first. If people are planning on skipping episodes to like beat the other broadcaster, that's something that Gloob does. And also, they mentioned that season 6 episodes have no chronological order, which I don't know how I feel about that necessarily, because I definitely think to an extent they do. And I think they're doing it like that because of how episodes are released all the time. Like, they want it to be a show that if it's on TV, you know, anyone can watch it and just like pick up from that episode what's going on, instead of having to like think what's going on, did I miss something? But yeah, I think episodes will always be aired out of order. You know, people post less about Miraculous. I have noticed that, and that's also again something that I thought about when making my video about what happened to the hype for season 6 and Miraculous as a whole. But you guys made a lot of good points in the comments of that video, how, you know, long hiatuses, the change in animation and how it doesn't appeal to everyone, the dragging on of certain plots and events. And also another big thing that I think really did not help Miraculous's popularity, especially with season 5 and the movie, were the leaks. The leaks were horrible. Like the worst leaks that I had ever seen while being in the Miraculous fandom. And I mean, I got into the fandom just before season 4 started to air. So, yeah. I do like the new animation. I think it's really nice, and I mean, I've said it before, but I feel like it was starting to get due for a change, whether that was like bringing in a completely new studio or completely changing the style. And they went with changing the style, and honestly, yes, it does feel a little different. Like, I will admit, certain expressions that characters do in the new style I don't like. Like, one that I can think of, this was in the episode The Ruler. It's when Cat Noir gets hit by the ruler, and his eyes, like his pupils get really small, but his eyes are still like really big, and that's something that they do a lot in this season. I don't really like that. Like, I feel like the older style had a better way at times with expressing through the eyes. But that is no hate to the new season, because the new season is phenomenal. It looks gorgeous. So, which character do I like most in the new animation? Well, one character that comes to mind is Zoe. I do like Zoe. I'm not a big fan of like the blue and the pink necessarily, but I think that her new design is pretty cute. I really love her Miraculous in the new style. That's probably what I like love most about her design, is her new Miraculous look. And Milen got a great redesign. Like, I love her look. And I'm like trying to remember what everyone looks like. I love Sabrina's outfit and her Miraculous, but I don't like her haircut. Like, what did they do to you? I don't like her haircut. My dog Bella is here, and she's a little sassy right now. So you might hear her walking around, or I think she just wants my attention, but we will go on a walk after. Speaking of Zoe, they chopped Sabrina's hair. I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, look, they can give her a bob, they can give her a short haircut, but the bangs, why? I'm like re-remembering what her hair looks like, and I'm just like, why did they do that to her bangs? I first watched Miraculous in 2021, but I actually knew about Miraculous since 2017 because one of my friends, they were posting Ladybug on their story. And I remember I must have been in grade 7, I think, when I first saw Ladybug. And I thought to myself, who is this superhero? Who is she? Because the first thing I thought of was Spider-Man, in all honesty, because of the colors, right? I've also never been one to watch like Marvel films and stuff, though I love the Spider-Verse films. I also did make myself watch some of the Spider-Man movies, like with Tom Holland and, oh, what's his name? The first one. I've watched the first Spider-Man and then Tom Holland, but is his name Andrew Garfield? Is that his name? I'm also really bad with celebrity names, sorry. I haven't watched his though, but I did watch Tobey Maguire. That's his name. Guys, I'm so smart. No, I just don't really watch that kind of stuff, DC Marvel, so. Toby, thank you, yes. Love the arts and figures in the background, so cool. Thank you so much. Yes, here I have my Miraculous stuff. These are actually, this is a signed autograph by Kagami's voice actress. And then we have this print signed by Tiki's voice actress. Obviously got Hawkmoth's voice actor, Keith. This is signed by Natalie's. This is signed by Alia's. I have one over here signed by Ladybug's. Christina V. Very pretty. I actually have two signed by her. I will show you guys because I forgot. I'm streaming on my phone. I can just get up and walk around. This is also signed by Christina V's. And this one down here, also, hey, it's the YouTube plaque. This one down here is actually signed by Plag's voice actor, so it's really cute. I also have one signed by the voice director for the English dub, who is Ezra. But I didn't put it up yet because it's kind of an awkward fitting. As you guys can see, I have a TV right here, so it's an awkward fit for sure. And then, of course, I have my Monster High dolls over here. That's just some of them, but you can see, like, actually, you can see them better if I go like this. I've had these since I was 8 years old. Bella, okay. Do you think Lila would form her own team of evil holders if she ever managed to steal other miracle boxes? So, I want to say yes, but at the same time, I question if she would do that because I feel like she's very much a one-woman show. Like, I don't see her relying on other people, and I see her doing everything on her own because that's what she's been doing all along. Like, she's very smart like that, so If I see Miraculous World Tokyo, I might cry because no Lady Tiger. Honestly, I'm wondering, like, what are they doing about that? Because Lady Tiger, the last photo we saw of her, she had a new design. She was bald, which is a very different design than the first one we saw. And it's already been confirmed that she's not going to be in the special, which, like I said, I'm not sure what they're doing about that exactly, or if they're not even going to include her, because we've gotten teased a lot of designs in the past, but yeah. What do I think about Ladybug's lies in season 6? To be honest, I'm not as angry about them as I was when the finale ended and the whole London special happened. But I definitely keep it in like my subconscious. I remember like, oh, Lila knows who Gabriel is and she could just tell everyone, but she's not, which means that she's like savoring that secret so that once the whole world knows, it's going to be game over. And that's when I think Ladybug will be akumatized. So obviously the Lady Chaos episode, I do wonder if it could be Marinette's time, but also I actually think it would be super underwhelming if she was akumatized in Lady Chaos. Because one, if that ends up happening, then I don't know, I just feel like I've been theorizing about how this will go about, like what could trigger her akumatization, and I just think the Lady Chaos episode would be too obvious. I actually think that when and if she gets akumatized, it should be in the finale. And I was speculating this season 6 finale, but I could even see it being pushed to season 7 if it doesn't happen this season. Now, I actually made a whole theory video on that, so if you want to hear more about my thoughts, just scroll a little bit and you'll find it on the channel. Nice earrings, thank you. I'm honestly surprised you can see them, but yes, I have my little ladybug earrings on. These are from the Zag store, and honestly, they're so nice. I've had them for 4 years now, almost 5. They're very nice quality. They're kind of expensive, but like for the quality, they're very nice. Do you guys remember when I used to do my like Zag store unboxings? Like I used to get a Zag box and it was filled with mystery stuff. That was really fun. I don't think that they do those boxes anymore. But yeah. Support from India. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Kushfarma. Thank you. I knew about Miraculous since 2016, but officially became a fan in 2021. Very similar experience then, because like I said, I found out about it in 2017, but I didn't actually start tuning into the show until 2021. And it started as like a kind of rippling effect. If you were a fan at the time, then you'll know that, sorry, I just chucked one of my dog's toys towards her. You'll know that 2021 was the peak, in my opinion, for Miraculous. I feel like the hype on TikTok absolutely made the series explode. And I know that that's how I ended up finding out about it. So yeah, I'm fixing my dog's toy here. Oh, that was Bella. She just coughed, so I'm so sorry for your ears. But that's how I came to find it, because I came across an edit and then I came across another edit and then I was like, I gotta watch this. The edit that I came across actually that convinced me to watch it was the New York special. It's when Marinette's biking and then she's like, Adrien, stay. And that's when I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch this. Will Adrien learn the truth about his father and himself? So, I think that eventually, yes. But at the same time, I do wonder that if Adrien finds out the truth, are they just going to do another, oh, we're just going to go back in time and forget about that kind of scenario, because that's what they do a lot in this series. And if they do that, I'm just going to be like, because I want to see Adrien learn the truth, be furious, like let him be angry, you know? And then eventually when Marinette thinks like all is lost, Cat Noir is by her side again, or Adrien, like somebody comes by her side, you know? So I'd like to see that. Also, can we just acknowledge that poor Luca is like literally gone? Like, where is this boy? We did see him in a trailer not too long ago when Luca is like, wait, and then Ladybug is unifying with the snake Miraculous and she uses it. I can't wait to see that design. But yeah, he's literally in Brazil. And that's also weird to me because I'm pretty sure we saw him in the episode Revelator training with the rest of the heroes. So I think to myself, like, how is he here and then he's there? And I'm just like confused. Yes, Luca got sidelined. Like, what happened? He went from being Marinette's boyfriend to then you're dumped the next episode. And then her therapist, her and Adrien's therapist, and then now he's just in Brazil. Can we also acknowledge that he was like training to become a guardian and he's not a guardian, but Ollie is going to be the next guardian? Like, that didn't make sense to me either, and I'm like kind of annoyed about that. You think they're going to drag Adrien's father's secret for 5 more seasons? Honestly, I hope not, but I wouldn't be too surprised. Which episode do I think that Ladybug will use the snake Miraculous? I think that Ladybug might use the Miraculous. Well, I'm trying to go based off of episodes that I feel like are already done. And I think that Mr. Agrest is a possibility, but that would be kind of wild because the episode seems to already be focusing on like Adrien's father's statue, and I'm looking now at my episode list and I'm thinking, when could that happen? Some people think Lady Chaos, which that would be cool. But honestly, I have no idea because a lot of these episodes are really interesting names or just like seem very niche, and I wouldn't expect the snake Miraculous to be used, so yeah. Okay. But for now, my official question is, what's your favorite Miraculous in season 6 and Miraculous special? For me, I would say, sorry, I keep going back and forth because my dog's getting antsy and I'm trying to make her chill out. But I would say for me, my favorite Miraculous special so far would have to be probably either the New York special or the Reverse special. Those have been my faves. Like, I love rewatching those. But honestly, there's so many amazing specials, and I just find that those are the ones I like rewatching a lot. But yeah. And as for my favorite Miraculous in season 6, it would have to be the B Miraculous. I love the redesign. I think it's beautiful. Would you like to see a live action, a well-made one? Okay, well, if we're talking about a well-made one, then I honestly, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a live action, but I don't want a live action. Like, I feel like it would kind of take away from how, like, special season 1 is. Like, I don't think it would take away a whole lot, but it would just make me feel like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go rewatch season 1. I don't really need like a live action of this. And also part of me just likes keeping 2D, 3D fictional characters like in that state. Like, I don't need a real person showing me what the character could look like in real life, because I don't care for that. I like the characters as they are, so. But I will say there is some live actions that I think have been really well done that I love. Like, I love the One Piece live action. I feel like it has the charm of the animated series, so. Why did Adrien's Akuma not come out in Where Papa's? Oh, I think you're talking about the ring. So the thing with the ring is, I think I went in depth about this in my analysis video on it, so I would suggest watching that, because honestly, I'm kind of blanking now. But I will just say this, Adrien is very much still a sentimonster, and the fact that the ring broke doesn't change that. He is still a sentimonster for sure. Do you think Lila is aware of the holders revealed in Miracle Queen, since Natalie gave her secrets in Revelation? Oh, that's a good point. I would definitely assume that Lila already knows who is Miraculous holders besides Ladybug and Cat Noir. If she doesn't, that's kind of surprising, but I would assume that she does know. And that's like another thing. Like, not only does she know that Gabriel was Monarch, but she knows about Emily being in the basement. Like, even though, was her name Bug Noir? I think it was. Bug Noir erased all the evidence, or so she thought. She has no idea that Lila literally has files with all of these photos that Natalie took. Like, she has like really important photos too. She has the one where Natalie, Emily, and Gabriel find the Peacock Miraculous. She specifically took pictures of the ring to signify like, hey, they're important. You drew me as Ladybug. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. What's my favorite episode in season 6? So far out of, I think, the 8 episodes that we've gotten to see, I think my favorite episode would probably have to be El Toro de Piedra. And I know I butchered that name. Like, I really don't know how else to pronounce it, but that would have to be my favorite episode. And that's the episode that focused on Ivan and his relationship with his father. But that's also when we got to learn about the secret society. And I was just very like in touch the entire time with the episode. So it's definitely got to be my favorite so far. They've been really, really good this season. And, you know, I also really like Daddy Cop. That was another episode that I actually really enjoyed. And I think that's a really good sign for the writers. Like, you guys are doing good. We want to learn more about other characters too. And I've also seen, though, like, another side to that opinion where some people are like, we don't care about the other characters. Like, we want Marinette, Adrien, you know. But I feel like it's really essential for the story because we've known these characters for so long, yet we haven't learned about them until this season. And I think that's exactly why some people don't care about them, because we really had no reason to care about them up until this season, other than the fact that they were Miraculous holders and that they were in the same class, so we would see them sometimes. Do I think that they could improve on the villains? Well, to be honest, oh, is there some noise when I speak? Can you guys hear that? I hope that's okay. I was gonna say, when it comes to the villains, I am really happy with the fact that like Chrysalis, Lila is supposedly the main focus now. I'm very intrigued with this secret society stuff, though it does seem a little bit, not like last minute, but just really unexpected, like a really unexpected turn in the story. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the villains. Why are the creators not focusing on Adrien? Why are they ignoring him? I feel like, I mean, ultimately, it's always been very much like Ladybug focused. I mean, you could argue that in the earlier seasons, there was definitely a heavier balance there between Cat Noir and Ladybug. But I feel like, came season 4, we started seeing Cat Noir, being neglected and like just being pushed to the side, not really being acknowledged as a partner. Then, of course, the season 4 finale kind of got us back in order. And I was like, yes, we're going to see Lady Noir next season. Like, I'm so ready for this because I love Lady Noir. And then season 5 came and it started out really strong with the first episode. Remember Evolution? Like, Ladybug gave him the rabbit Miraculous. And I was like, oh, yes, this is what I want. And then we had the weird, like, reversed love square, which, unpopular opinion maybe, I was so fed up with all of that. Like, what do you mean? Like, randomly, Marinette is head over heels for Cat Noir, Ladybug is head over heels for Cat Noir, and Cat Noir, who's had this crush on Ladybug this entire time, wouldn't take advantage of that now and would just be like, no. But I'm gonna go for Marinette. Like, that was really weird to me. What do I think Lila's wish was? I have no idea. Like, genuinely, I have no idea. At least, like, from what we know right now, it seems like she doesn't have a family, and if she did, like, I'm not sure how important that family would be to her in order to try and make a wish. I think of, like, the Spider-Verse specials where, the Spider-Verse movies, and how, like, when we see the villains, we see them trying to get back to their former lives or their former family. And I think that's very interesting because that's something that I could see playing out for Lila. But they really could go any direction with her because we know nothing about her yet, even though it's been 6 seasons. Because everything that we thought we knew about her was also a lie. What do I think about the Lila Manon theory? Personally, I don't believe it. I've seen some pretty interesting evidence on it, but that would just be like really weird to me. So for that, I just say I don't really believe it. Ooh, interesting question. So this is about the Winx reboot by Cyan? Maybe that's how I pronounce your name, one of the two. What do I think about the Winx reboot supposedly using AI? So, I don't know if we have many Winx fans here right now, but you may have seen that I've been posting occasionally about the Winx reboot, which is coming out this September, but coming out on Netflix October 2nd. And I love Winx. I love Winx. I grew up with Winx, and I am super excited about the reboot because honestly, I do want Winx to come back. And I feel like they're doing it like somewhat right, but they're also like doing things wrong. And the AI usage, I'm just gonna say it's obvious because I mentioned this in my video, but in the trailer that I last analyzed for the Winx reboot, tell me why like Damien, that boy, the red hair boy, he doesn't even look like he's supposed to be in the Winx universe. Like, he looks like he's from, like, I don't know why I thought of Final Fantasy, which I've never even played, but, like, he was giving me Final Fantasy vibes. And Bloom's parents, what was their names? Mike and, I don't know what the mom's name was. But anyways, Mike looked so weird. Like, his eyes were scaring me. And even the principal, Farragonda, the names are not really at the top of my head right now, but yeah, I just don't like that I can tell that AI had influenced some of these designs and like maybe even the artistic style. And yeah, I'm a little worried. Stella's one of my favorite characters, and I'm just saying, like, she is not my favorite going into the reboot. Also, I love Brandon. What did they do to him? Oh my gosh. What did they do to him? He looks, he looks, like Stella and Brandon were like the cutest couple, the popular couple, and now it's like, what happened? They are chopped. What happened? When I saw him, I was like, what? You think ChatGPT is also writing some of the scripts? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised because sometimes what I'm hearing, like even through the trailer, I'm like, that sounds so unnatural. And you know, ChatGPT can be good at writing like fluently and to sound natural, but some of this stuff I'm really, really questioning. And I'm just like, the Winx reboot, I know that they're saying like it's a brand new story, but it seems like for the most part, they're going off of the foundation they already built, which, hey, you do that. Like, that's great. There's no need to destroy or completely forget something that was never like broken. We're not talking about season 5 and onwards. But it's like, I don't know why they feel the need to like change certain aspects of it. Like I said, that were never broken. And also, why did they not just stick to the original Winx style? Like, it's iconic, the 2D style. I feel like every single show now just wants to look 3D. And I get it that maybe you want to be like caught up with the times, but 2D is what we started with. Like, 2D is beautiful. And now, with how advanced technology has gotten, I don't see why not. Like, maybe it's more expensive to do 2D, but it's just, I see people like reanimate scenes from the Winx reboot in the original style, and I miss it. I miss it. You mean Riven? No, I was talking about the new guy who, I'm not going to spoil something that I know, but I've been spoiled myself for this. But anyways, there's like a scene where in the trailer where he turns, he's like, this is your fault. And so it's that guy. His name apparently is Damien. I think 2D is expensive. Also, Timmy looked kind of funny too. His nose was like really pinkish red. Thank you so much, Ishan, for the super chat. Thanks. Do I think that the rabbit Miraculous is the reason behind so many plot holes in Miraculous? Honestly, yes, but also no. I do trust that the writers use Bunix when the time is right. Like, for example, Cap Long. I feel like that was necessary. Hello, Joy. This is your first time seeing my face. Oh, thank you. Honestly, I don't make videos very often where I show my face. But sometimes I do. And I actually have a question for you guys. Do you prefer videos where people, such as myself, show their face and then show moments from like whatever they're talking about? Or do you prefer for my videos where I just do like voiceover, where I just do my voice? Let me know, because for my reaction videos, I do show my face, obviously. You guys gotta see the but for like my main channel videos, I don't really show my face as much. Show the face? Face! Oh my gosh, okay, I'm surprised, because I feel like most people like just prefer to hear my voice because I usually, I mean, that's how a lot of my videos started with. My favorite season of Winx is probably season 2. I'm a lover of season 2s, which I think is kind of an uncommon opinion. But I love season 2 of Winx. I love season 2 of Avatar. Even season 2 of Miraculous, I love. Thank you guys so much. Thanks. Oh, guys, I actually really appreciate that. Well, I guess that I will try and show my face more in videos. Um, yeah, I'll try and show my face more. Sometimes like I'm not able to film videos with my face because like I feel like I always want my background to look kind of nice. And like I'm at my dad's right now, so I have like all this pretty stuff and I love it. But at my mom's, I don't really have like a nice background. It's usually like blinds or like a white wall. So I usually will do voiceover when I'm not here. But now that I know, I appreciate it. So for sure, we'll try to do more face videos. Do I think any new Miraculouses will be revealed to us this season? I have no idea. I mean, unless they try and do something to like play into the Tokyo special, then like maybe we'll get a tease at like other miracle boxes, which I was so hyped for that one special one night mission. Do you guys remember when I was talking about that? Also, y'all, if I missed your message, I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna be able to go live on my MacBook, which I had like a chat delay so that I would be able to read the messages better. But I'm on my phone and I wasn't able to set that up, so the messages are going by like very quickly. So if I miss your message, do try and just like paste it again, right? And I think eventually I will get to it. But yeah, unless they try and like do a segue into the Tokyo special to introduce the other miracle box, I'm not sure we'll see anymore. Will they ever fully know their identities, like in 20 years, in 20 seasons maybe? They definitely will eventually. But at the same time, I understand why they don't want to like spoil that part just yet. But also, with them stretching it out for as long as it's been, I feel like it's defeating the purpose more and more of it. It just feels less special. It feels like it's not even important anymore. Like, I used to be so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, like they're going to reveal, it's going to happen. I thought Ephemeral was going to do that, and then we just got that like, sass, go back in time. And I was just like, okay. Who do you think Vexius is? And do you believe Damien is... okay, so going back to the Winx reboot, Vexius is like our new main villain. And I honestly have no idea who he is. He's definitely giving season 3 vibes. And I don't know why my brain's blanking on the Winx names. What was his name? That guy. I think I'll see one of you type in the chat and I'll be like, but I'm not sure who Vexius is. I mean, I was kind of hoping that for the first season, we would see a heavier focus on just like the tricks and not them working for other people. Veltor! Yes. Yes. See, thank you. You guys are great. Oh, Darkhor, is that from season 2, right? Darkhor's from season 2? And Valtor is from season 3. Anyways, not sure who Vexius is and about the other thing you mentioned. So I don't want to spoil it in case people don't know, because I found out through comments like about who Damien is as a character. But before I knew that, let's just say that I was already theorizing that he was somehow related to a specific person, because his appearance alone like kind of says it all. So yeah. Starting to not care about the identity reveal because they took too long, and now I'm just indifferent. I feel the same way. I just feel like it's just not, like, it's not a priority, and I really, really feel like, I don't know, I just, even, okay, so it didn't happen like these first 5 seasons. But the fact that it was revealed to us that we're going to have to wait another few years, they could be lying. They could be trying to throw us off track. But I feel like I'm kind of trusting that. Like, what do you mean? Sometimes I keep forgetting that Miraculous is a French show and French people don't like happy endings as much. Is that true? I have no idea if that's true. Do I prefer Adrien or Marinette's akumatization this season? Are you asking, like, would I prefer for either one of them to be akumatized? Because I could see them both getting akumatized for different reasons. But I would definitely want to see Marinette because she hasn't gotten akumatized yet. Whereas Adrien, we've seen him become Cat Blanc, ephemeral. Do you think Zoe and Sabrina are going to get together? I actually feel like, in a way, they already are together. Like, it's very subtle, but it's there, you know? And obviously, from the episode, was it Adoration in season 5? I mean, we know who Zoe's into. So I think that they're basically already together. Because also, if you look at the season 6 intro, I'm pretty sure that it pairs like all of the couples with each other. We've got Felix and Kagami. We have like Ivan and Milan. I think Alia and Nino, Marinette, Adrien, Julika Rose, Zoe, Sabrina, and then like Kim and Max are kind of just there. Like I think they're buddies, like they're besties, they're bros. So yeah, that's what I think for them. Have you heard something about the Halloween Miraculous special, or the Miraculous special with Ghost Force? So that was actually confirmed to be canceled, and I think it got canceled for the reverse special. Like it got replaced with that, which is very common with Miraculous specials. Do you think Chloe will be back as Queen Bee? I have a theory. No, but you know what I have always just like imagined and wanted? I have always just wanted to see both Zoe and Chloe get to use the Bee Miraculous. Because just imagine a Bee duo. Like, I think that they would look so cool. We would finally stop with all the arguing in the fandom. But I don't think that they're ever going to give Chloe a redemption arc, so yes. Do I think Nino's brother will play a part with Lila? I thought this before the whole secret society thing was revealed. In the future, potentially if they touch more on like Time Tagger, but now I have no idea. I don't think so as much as I thought, because I remember thinking in episode 3, was it, or episode 2, when Sublime has the race, that person sitting up in the stands was like him from the future. But now that we know that there's people from the secret society, it's got to be somebody from there. Why is everyone hating on Marinette and Adrien? I think, it's always weird. People want something, and then once it happens, people are like, wah! And I feel like some people want them to break up. Like, they want that drama. So maybe that's why. Maybe it's connected to the Nino episode. Maybe I would actually love to see more like about Nino, and I think he will get his episode in due time. I think that's already been like said by one of the writers. But yeah, like Nino, honestly, Nino was one of my favorite characters for like a while. Like he wasn't my favorite, but he was one of my faves. Like I loved him, Alia, Marinette, Adrien. Like I loved that squad, right? I love they revealed the faces in the movie. Yeah, I know they did the reveal in the movie. And speaking about the movie, are we getting a second movie? Because I honestly feel like it's on hold. Or maybe we just won't. Do you think giving Felix the Miraculous is risky? Everyone knows his identity from the ball. That's true. Everyone does know his identity. And that's also what makes me think back to Chloe. I'm like, we saw that she lost the Miraculous because people knew who she was, but now like everyone knows who everyone is, and I'm just like, okay. But I will admit, Chloe seemed a little more easily manipulative by the end of season 3. But then you could argue there's that moment where she's one of the first people to reject an Akuma, I think. But yeah, about Felix, he's also pretty much sidelined this season so far. And I really hope we get to see him because he had such a big influence like last season and the season 4 finale. Do I prefer Adrien or Felix? Ooh. I would say I like them both, like evenly. I do. I like them both evenly. What do you think about the timeline in these many seasons? Will they grow up? Since it's been like 9 to 10 months. Honestly, a good question. I feel like if they ever like touched into the characters being adults, it would probably be like sometime in the future. I kind of think of Avatar at the same time. Like, we're going to be getting a movie of the characters as adults eventually. And I think that if they decide to go like an adult route, it will either be like a sequel, like a whole other series, or they just might never. Do I think that Ladybug gets akumatized because Adrien finds out about his father? Potentially. I mean, that would have to be what akumatizes her. Like, it could be another reason, but I do believe that, like, if that gets out, there is no doubt in my mind she is getting akumatized. Do you think we could see a version of Chloe who is a good person in a future special working together with Zoe? Oh, I would love that. Would love it. It's been 10 years and Marinette only grew 2 years. Yeah, the timeline is pretty interesting in Miraculous. You would think like years have been passing, but then really it's only been like 10 months since like season 1 to season 5. These poor kids have been through it. But something that I was also talking about earlier is that the London special is coming out at the end of this year. We don't have a date for it. They're just saying like end of 2025. But we're also getting the animated series in 2027. It's going to be on Disney Plus. And I hope that the London special is a success. I'm sure it's going to be great. And then, you know, that will like leverage the animated series when it comes out. But I'm really curious what they're going to do, because I feel like that series in itself is going to be like a second version of Miraculous in a way, because they're going to have like astrology related weapons, or like Miraculouses. Also, the Supreme is apparently in it, which for that reason alone I have to watch it. Because what do you mean the Supreme is in their city? Because it's not a different verse. Why are the new episodes delayed? I'm not sure. I think they are working on the London special, I think, or the animated series, one of the two. So I think that is partially, well, you know what, season 6 is already written, so I don't know. It's got to be something like with the animating process. Do I think Adrien will reveal his identity to Nino? I'm surprised he hasn't already, and I've seen this as a very popular theory in the fandom. But I think it would be really great to see the two like become like this. Yes, an animated series revolving around the Tokyo special characters will be coming out. And the Tokyo special itself will be 2D animated, so 2D animation. So if you have been wanting like a Miraculous anime since forever, like me, this is your opportunity. Though I don't think Cat Noir is going to be in it, which is really sad. When do I think season 7 will come out? So, okay, if we estimate with how season 6 has been going so far, we have gotten, I think it's 8 episodes out of the 26. We won't be getting new episodes until fall, if we do. And I imagine that season 6 will be done airing by like maybe Q2 of next year. So I want to say like April, like maybe around April it'll be done. I feel like if they make it go on any longer than that, like that's over a year plus for these episodes to come out. And then maybe season 7 starts coming out by summer, or even like Q4 of next year. But that's really bold to say. I really don't know like how things are looking. But I'm going to answer a couple more questions and then I'm going to be ending the stream. But don't worry, because I will be trying to go live more often, especially now while it's still summer break. And do you think we could see Zoe getting akumatized because of her secret? And Chloe gets to be miraculous. Oh, I like that. Because now that you mention it, was that at the end of Daddy Cop when Zoe has that confrontation with that boy? What was his name again? I just remember making fun of him. Do you guys remember what his name was? Because I don't. Ray. What do you want, Ray? Yeah. I love how you guys are like, Ray, Ray, Ray. Like, you guys already knew. Ray. He called her cockroach. Like, I wonder if she was, like, trying to fit in at one point, so she would, like, bully other people. That also makes me think that we'll get an episode focused on Zoe. There's an episode, I think it's episode 16, and it's called... One second, my list is really far. What is it called? It's called Noe. And I mean, that's kind of close to Zoe. The way it's spelled, N-O-E, that's almost spelled like Zoe. Maybe that's her episode. But that would be awesome. Like, oh my gosh, if they did that and they let Chloe be the holder of the Be Miraculous at that point. Oh my gosh. But that's like a dream. Do you think Felix is insecure for giving back the Miraculous because the new wielder can vanish him? Wait, did he give back the Miraculous? I'm pretty sure that Felix is the permanent holder of the Peacock Miraculous, unless I missed something. And I wouldn't want anyone else holding it, honestly, because, you know, since he's overcome the episode emotion, I feel like he understands what it is to be a sentimonster, and I feel like he is the best holder. My favorite Ladybug power-up. Ooh. If we're talking power-ups like the little macarons, we had Aqua Tiki, we've seen... Was her name Icebug? I have no idea, but we saw that one. And which other ones did we see? We've seen Cosmobug. Ooh, I love Cosmobug. Cosmobug is awesome, but I also really love Aquabug. But if we're talking about unifications, oh my gosh, I feel like Lady B is beautiful. I also really liked Dragonbug, and I'm like, Lady Butterfly. She has got to be like my new favorite. Lady Butterfly from the Reverse Special. We had Lady Biquity. Oh, so good. But honestly, like, they're all gorgeous. She pulls them all off. I was afraid that Miraculous was ending with low episodes. Turns out there's so many more on the way. Yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to with Miraculous. So, like, you know, the hiatus, it's never a fun time when a show is in hiatus that you love, but ultimately there's so much to look forward to for the franchise. Like, not just season 6, but we've got multiple other seasons to look forward to. We've got specials, we've got other like animated series, and I love merch, so we've got merch to look forward to as well. Who knows if they're going to do another video game too, because we got the Rise of the Sphinx, and then the second one that we got, I have no idea which that one was, but because I actually didn't play the second one. I played the first one. And if you were with me at the time, I Twitch streamed that. And I think there was only like 3 people on the Twitch stream with me. I got to the end of that game, but man, I had a headache. Like, because, you know, if you died in the round, it would send you like all the way back. And let's just say that the game, it's not like the most fluid and smooth game to play. Yeah, I know a lot of my friends who also got the game and just gave up on it because it was hard. Okay, last 2 questions. Do you think we'll see the true form of Chrysalis in the end of this season? I sure hope so. And I think it would be the perfect opportunity to do it within like the last 4 or 5 episodes of this series, the season, sorry. And if they don't, then we better see it at the beginning of season 7. Like, I can't wait any longer because the suspense is already real. Okay, last question. Thank you. I hope you have a good day as well. Okay, the last question is, which season do I think was the worst animated? Honestly, I'm gonna have to go with either season 5. No, I think I'm going with season 5. I'm going with season 5 because I don't recall SAMG animating a single one of the episodes. And there were just a lot of, well, you know, the finale was great. Like, that animation was just like perfect. But season 5 as a whole was very flat to me. And yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it. But that is going to be all of the questions I answer in this stream today. But don't worry, because I will be doing more streams. I'm going to try and do a stream once a week, but keep a lookout on my community posts because I'll be telling you guys there. Or if you follow me on Instagram, which is also the Maya.B show, I usually post on my stories there when I'm going to be going live. So thank you so much to everyone who joined the stream. I love talking with you guys, and I'm super excited for all that's to come with Miraculous, with Winx, with Monster High. So I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll see you soon with a video, so stay tuned. Bye, guys.